Looks like it's locust wood. Also seems a bit funky, like it might have been a dead branch for quite a while before it fell down. Ooh. Yeah, I think this is just wanting to be firewood. It doesn't seem like it can be anything else. So, I'll get down here with Mr. Chainsaw. Hey, who's out there? Hey, Bigfoot. We'll call him in case he's here. You out here, Bigfoot? Out here playing Gucci Goo with Big Ass, I'll bet, right? I don't hear nothing. Just whatever that cricket and I think a peeper frog. But it's pretty. I'm going to turn back so you can see what it looks like looking back the back way here. This is the area we came down. There you go. Right about there is pretty good. And we're about 2/3 of the way through this field right now. It's my longest field. It would be great for landing an airplane on, especially an ultralight. Except that one, it's kind of curvy, but you can get around that. It's kind of a pun, I guess. The other problem with it is that I crashed 2 ultralights and managed to stumble away from both and live. And that was the end of my flying days. My wife said, that's it, no more teaching yourself how to fly. You may have caught that. No more teaching yourself how to fly. Well, it's true. Pretty much every damn thing I do is because I saw it being done somewhere and said, hey, I want to try that. And I kept at it until I could do it. And it was the same with flying. I mean, you know, for something like an airplane, you know, you got a stick or you got a wheel. The ultralight I had actually had a stick that came down through the top. So you had to kind of figure out what you were trying to do before you did it. The good news is you could fly it at about 45 or 60 miles an hour. That gave you a little bit of time to fix something if you happened to have pulled it the wrong way. Of course, you had rudder pedals too, but it took off well. It climbed like a raped ape. I mean, that damn thing could head to the sky. The hard part was getting it back down, and that was a little bit due to I think the tail horizontal stabilizer might have needed to be a little more flattened. Had a little too much to make it rise when it was in neutral. And the other reason it climbed pretty good was it had an engine on it that just barely hit the legal limit for ultralights, and it was fun. But like I said, I logged more takeoffs than landings in it. Destroyed it twice, rebuilt it twice. I still want to fly something again. I don't care if I got to use a lawnmower engine and a in a plastic lawn chair or something, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to build something like that and keep it hidden from the wife till I could fly it. But we'll see. You know, there's lots of time on the clock here, so we'll work at what we can. Sure is pretty back in there. It's a little dark here. I don't think you saw this part yet. Let me see if I can spin this. There we go. Right down in there. Now we'll just zoom her in a little bit. So you want to take a walk through there. Probably want to make sure you have a machete and at least a baseball bat in case you have to bean something in the head to get away from it before it eats you. But it's pretty all through here. Well, we're going to take a little bit more of a run. I think we did just find our pile of branches here. So we got that part done. Next one I want to do is find a couple pieces of vine that will work out to be handles for some wrought iron fly swatters I plan on making in the next few days. So hold on everybody, here we go. Come on, you better start up, because that sure as shit ain't walking back. That's better. I know they frown on this kind of crap on YouTube, but if that thing got to where it didn't start, I'd probably shoot it, just to get even. There we go. That'll give you more of a look at the woods. Oh yeah, bring this back out so you can see more of the woods actually, right? Oh yeah, there we go. If you see any zebras, let me know. I didn't know we had any. There's another little clear spot going back in there though. You won't believe the things I find in there. This area floods out every now and then when we get a big flood. One year we had enough water in here that I could have sailed my schooner up and down this field. And out on the creek itself, it would have been deep enough that you could have floated a car carrier. And it's like about 40 foot deep at that point. As I remember, I'll point out some of the flotsam and jetsam that's stuck way the hell up in the trees. Like 20 feet up, 25 feet up in a tree here. Now this area here, I hope it gets a good view, you know, here. Man, that about sucks. But down that way, I found a ditch that's 1, 2, 3, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 football fields long, and it was deep, about 8 foot deep, about 8 foot wide, 10 foot wide, and I started trying to track down the history of it, and the earliest I could find somebody that lived here and knew of it was around the 1930s, late 30s, somewhere in there. And it was already old and had trees growing in it then. But somebody who was only using a shovel or whatever was after something big. It makes no sense for drainage. It makes no sense for a canal. You'll see it, and I plan on getting in there and digging it up some. That's my version of Oak Island or Hoax Island, whatever you want to call it. I mean, all they started with on Oak Island was a pulley hanging in a tree and a little bit of a depression. This here shows somebody was digging something up, and whatever it was worth traveling this far down on the farm and digging that deep for it. And I think they were washing rocks too, but I've never been able to figure out what it is they were finding. My only hope is to dig down there and see if I can find a little bit of it and see if that clues me in on what they were after. But that's another part of this adventure if you're into that. Hopefully we got something everybody will enjoy. Oh, and also, I don't know if you see them there, but there's some more flowers for you flower folks. We get these bluebells and all kinds of neat flowers up in here. And like I said, the birds and butterflies love them. We don't do any herbicides. We pretty much do our weeding by hand, even as big as this place is. But once you get enough of it done, nature can kind of take back over and it starts to help you out. Right up in front here, I'm going to zoom in maybe. Those are grape leaves. Now, I've never seen grapes growing there yet because I think it's got too much vine to put the grapes out. But might be some of those ends that I want to take off and see what I can graft back into the old vines and see if we can get some grapes out of this thing for next year. Alright, let me zoom back out and then we are going to haul it a little bit so I can find a little bit of grapevine for hemp. This ditch is all the way behind here too. Like I said, it's about 8 or 10 football fields long. At one time they were using it for a farm dump, so you don't know what the hell you'll find in it. Old bottles, you name it. Okay, now start looking for vines. This little area in here the cattle love. I have a neighbor that he pastures his cows here. He rotates them around his farm and mine. And the cows love that tree area. It gets them out of the sun. Plus with that little bit of wet there, they love having their feet wet. We'll meet some of the cows sometime. Into a little bit of vine up in here. This is pretty nice. think I know a better spot. There's a lot of butterflies flying around here too. Big cherry tree there. Cherry's a good cooking wood too. Great firewood. Beautiful wood to use for furniture type stuff. That's why I hate to see a lot of the hardwoods that are getting used for firewood. There's a neat vine here. Zoom him in